Hey there everybody, DestroyerX here, and welcome to part 21 of Let's Play Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. When we last left off, we just got onto Jonathan Jones's Sunken Ship. Bleh. And as I mentioned in the last part, we're going to be spending part 21 through 23 here because this ship is rather large. However, before we get into that, we're going to be dealing with some new enemies, such as Greeper. Greeper is not in the strategy guide, so I had to look at Greeper in the wiki. Greeper has 148 hit points, and it has no weakness. How do I know it? Now, how did I know this information? Well, because I had to look on the wiki to find this information. It says here on the wiki, Nintendo Power forgot to list Greeper's stats and the Super Mario RPG official player's guide. The reason they gave was that Greeper wasn't an enemy, even though this is false. Which it is false because Greeper is an enemy because it's trying to kick my butt right now. The other enemy that we are seeing here, it is Reacher. The strategy guide messed up. It said that Reacher had 18 hit points. That is incorrect. Reacher has 184 hit points. And there's me using Group Hug. Haha! Group Hug is one of Princess Toadstool's best abilities because it heals the entire party. And if you time it just right, you can restore the entire party's HP. And not only that, it also removes status effects, which is groovy. But yeah, Reacher has a weak point against Thunder, and like many ghost enemies that you'll see, they have some. You can take off some of their hit points using Pure Water, which I don't own because I don't care about Pure Water in all honesty. So yeah, there we go. Now, one of the things I don't really talk about too much, I actually haven't talked about it until now, so I'm going to talk about it now. Obviously, there are going to be some enemies in which they have high amounts of defense. Geno levels up to level 12. Yes! Let's see, what do I choose for Geno? I bet I choose hit points. There we go, hit point bonus. Many enemies, they're going to have, of course, they're going to have high defensive physical defense and high magical defense. The higher that number is, the less likely, the less your damage you'll be able to give those enemies. So yeah, I'm surprised I'm talking about it so late, but better late than never. Anyway, we found a new enemy type. It's called Strawhead. Strawhead has 131 hit points, and it's a weak point against Thunder. So yeah, groovy. Oh yeah, some of these enemy battles are pretty lengthy, because quite a lot of these enemies, they have pretty high, they have some pretty high defense, and they have pretty high magical defense. Of course, I mostly use physical attacks anyway, so yeah. Like for example, Greeper has 50 defense points, so yeah, my attacks don't. It takes quite a bit of time for me to actually knock off all of its hit points for the most part. But patience will be a virtue for you in this when you're battling these ghostly enemies. I could have talked about all these stats in here in the strategy guide, but that would be a lot of talking, so I don't. I should though, but it's okay. And of course, since the Sunken Ship is rather large, and we're going to be spending 3 parts here, it's even more important that I start cutting out random enemy battles, because it makes things go by a whole lot faster. And in this room here, we are encountering something that was introduced in Super Mario Bros. 3. It is called a Dry Bones, but I will describe Dry Bones a little bit more when we actually battle Dry Bones. Yeah, I don't know why I I decided to do that kind of accent, but oh well, who cares? This is my LP. So let's make our way over to that lovely little note there. What does it say? What does it say? There's a page from the travel log. Yeah, sure, let's take a look. Uncovered the secrets of the 6 hints. Of course, since they're provided by different people, yeah. To get to further along into the ship, the Sunken Ship, we're going to have to find 6 clues and use those 6 clues to unlock a door. And Mario manages to level up. Yay! So far, so good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's see. Well, that dry bones we don't have to worry about. I'm gonna leave this one in because it's so short. I know Greeper has 148 hit points, but at the same time, though, we can do a lot of damage with our weapons. So that helps out a lot. Mallow levels up to level 13, same as Mario. Yay! So, do I give him a hit point bonus? Yes, I do. Yay! And Princess Toadstool reaches level 12. And with that, I will also give her a hit point bonus. So, we're going to engage the Dry Bones. The Dry Bones, well, you can use physical attacks all you want. And it looks like you're taking off a lot of hit points. I mean, it's incredible. However, you're not going to damage them. Dry Bones, they're only 6. You can only damage Dry Bones using special attacks. Any special attack will pretty much destroy them instantly for the most part. However, they seem to be... Apparently, they have a weak point against Thunder. That's what the strategy guide says. But any special attack will destroy Dry Bones. I just like using Jump because, well, Jump is awesome. However, they still appear on the screen, so what will happen is, just like Dry Bones in Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World and various other Super Mario Bros. Games, eventually they will revive themselves. So, move as soon as they are down. So now we're going to encounter another new enemy type. This one is called Alley Rat. Alley Rat has 105 hit points and it has no special weakness and it has no special defense against anything. However, Alley Rat does have It does have a defensive. It does have a defense of 55, so it's not going to be. It's going to take a little bit of time to actually whittle down its HP, but not too long. However, Alley Rat is also a coward, so occasionally you will get to the. Occasionally, Alley Rat will run off. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so we have one poison, one that's it's just shaking in fear, and we have one that's just, well, Mal is just normal. But it's okay. See how short that was? Let's continue to clean house here, and now we're going to encounter Gorgon. Gorgon has 140 hit points, and it has a special weak point against fire attacks. So yeah, you can use Super Flame to take out a good chunk of its HP, and yeah, it shouldn't take too long. Let's see, Mallow, of course, uses Thunderbolt to attack all the enemies on the screen at once. Will-E-Wisp! No! Meh. And of course, Princess Toadstool uses Group Hug, and we're all healed! Because I know how to time it correctly. And I'm no longer affected by any kind of status effects, so it makes my life a lot easier. Will-E-Wisp again! No! But it doesn't take too much longer, and Gorgon goes down. Yay! Out of all that, we got 17 hit points for our... I mean, not 17 hit points. 17 experience points for our troubles. And Bowser levels up to level 12. Yes! And he learns Poison Gas, which I will show off Poison Gas here in just a little bit. If you want to see Poison Gas, you can skip ahead to 13 minutes and 40 seconds and you'll see Poison Gas. Otherwise, you can just follow along with me. I was reading in the wiki today, and apparently Geno has a much more powerful, a much higher base attack stat than Bowser does. So he's a lot stronger than Bowser, and he's actually the fastest of the group in terms of base stats. I did not know that because I didn't really pay that much attention whenever I was initially talking about the game. Plus, they don't really show up in the strategy guide their base stats anyway. I mean, in the strategy guide, it talks about the characters, it talks about their attacks, but it really doesn't talk about their, their base stats. But who cares? It's not like it's not like I'm going to care all that much about base stats anyway. So let's see what else we have. Pure water. Well, poo-poo for pure water. This is one of those rooms in which we can get a clue. What we want to do in this room is we want to navigate that Koopa Paratroopa, or Sky Troopa as it's called in this game. We want to navigate it to where it will knock off that cannonball to where the cannonball hits that button. And once we do that, then we will get a clue. That's not what we wanted to do, so we have to exit and go right back in. So let's do it correctly now, shall we? Let's go. There we go. And for our troubles, we get a mushroom and we get a clue. There is an S in the word. Yes. The clue has 6 letters. So there you go. Now, actually, I'm trying to think if I actually messed with the clues all that much when I was a kid, and I don't think I messed with them too much. I messed because of the fact that there's one room in which, and it's actually this room that we're going into now. No, not this room. I'm sorry. It's gonna be the next room. This one here, we just want those springs move back and forth, and hitting the block stops them. Cannonball bounces, 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 hits the button. We get a flower, and we get another clue. It's found at the bed of the ocean. Okay, so far so good. And yeah. Crystal! Yes! Oh yes, I'm excited about Crystal. I don't know why. Because I am silly. Now we are going to, here in just a second, we're going to show off Bowser's Poison Gas attack. So yes, Bowser is a coughing. Yeah, Pokemon reference. Now, if an enemy is susceptible to poison attacks, then they will be poisoned. And it's a continuous status effect, just like how we are affected by status effects. So yeah, there you go. Basically, I mean, I don't mind using... I mean, I don't use poison gas as much as I could, but because it's actually a very nice effect to have, because it continues to knock off hit points, you know, little by little from an enemy. Oh yes, the next room here. This room is, yeah, I don't like this room. This is a 3-dimensional maze. I can't give any hints as far as how to navigate through the maze because I have no clue how I'd even be able to describe it. I do spend a few minutes in here though, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is actually my second recording of me being in the ship at this particular point. That's right, because the first time I was in here, the video itself, it got well. I mean, I spent a lot of time navigating through this stupid maze, and the raw ended up being about, I think it was nearly an hour long. I don't remember how long it was. It was insane. So I had to. So for the sake of the viewers, which is you all, I decided I would re-record the raw for part 21. I wish I can give some kind of hint as far as how to navigate through this maze. If anybody can share me like a GIF, as far like a GIF or a JPEG or a PNG file that pretty much tells you how to navigate through this three-dimensional maze, please feel free to share the link in the comments, because it would make life a lot easier for others. It did not make life easy for me, because this three-dimensional maze sucks, and I hate it so much. I would just say patience is a virtue. It has 2 vowels, that's our clue. And what's this? Royal syrup! Ooh, royal syrup. It is so yummy and tasty, and bees just absolutely adore it. So what does royal syrup do? Royal syrup will recover all of your flower points, and because of that, you cannot buy royal syrup. However, that's okay though, after all. I mean, we don't need to buy royal syrup anyway. Anyway, what we're going to do is, we're wanting to get to that treasure box. However, that dry bones is just pacing back and forth, and it's making life a little bit difficult to actually get to it. What we're going to have to do is, we're going to have to bite the bullet and fight the dry bones. Because if we don't, we cannot get the booty. So, let's just go ahead and just, battle the dry bones. Why not? Now, this actually gives us a very, very good opportunity to show off another one of Bowser's special attacks. That's right, we're about ready to see something quite extraordinary for those that are weak against fear effects. And I will tell you right now, none of these enemies are. Then again, Dry Bones is weak against special abilities anyway, so it doesn't matter. But here we go with Terrorize! Now, what does Terrorize do? Well, if an enemy is susceptible to a fear effect, they will, of course, lose. They'll have some of their HP knocked off of them. But if they're not weak against it, then, well, it's not going to do squat. Because as you can see right there, the Greepers and Reacher, they're still on the screen. So, yeah. It's okay though, we'll live. After all, it's not like it's going to take too much longer for us to actually wipe out these Greepers and Reacher, so yeah. But yes, so far so good. We're just moving right along. And I hate mute effects. Ugh. Yes, I'm gonna call it by the in-game name now, because in earlier parts I was just calling it silence, because that's what it's called in the strategy guide, and I'm just gonna call it by its in-game name, which is mute. But yes, I hate mute effects. No, I feel so violated. And of course, since Bowser can't seem to get enough power from Mario when he's inflicted by a status effect, although I'm pretty sure he can still get just as much power out of his attack as before. But anyway, Bowser keeps throwing it all for his hurley gloves. I love hurley gloves. It's so awesome. And Princess Toadstool levels up to level 13, and she learns Comeback! Comeback is by far the best ability that Princess Toadstool has, in my honest opinion. Well, besides group hug. Comeback, what it does is, if an ally falls in battle, what you can do is you can use Comeback to actually, restore half of their HP, which is awesome. And if you time it right, you can restore all of their HP. So yes, Comeback is by far one of the best things one of the best abilities in the game. And the beauty of this is that comeback only uses 2 flower points. Oh my goodness, that is incredible. I am just so shocked. And look, it's the merchant from the caves, the sea cave. The password has something to do with the sea, and he gets out of the way after he talks to us. So yeah, the password does have something to do with the sea. The password itself it's pretty easy to figure out. Well, it's pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy, I suppose. You can Google it. You can Google it. You can get all the clues. You can buy a strategy guide. You can find out from a friend that has the game. But yes, it's pretty easy. What we want to do in this particular room is we're following the coins. And what we want to do is we don't want to terminate the snake of coins too soon. We want to keep the coin snake going on and on and on until it reaches its endpoint. Now, for some reason, I botched this a few times because I suck, but it is okay because I never said I was an expert at this game. Heck, I'm using a strategy guide, so yeah. But every time I play this game, I use a strategy guide. So what does that say about me? It means that I don't play this game very often, apparently. Poop! So let's try this again. After all, I mean, I'm sure I can do it at some point. Come on, Mario, you can do it! Got it! Yes! I feel so incredibly alive! And it has 4 consonants, that's the last clue. The reward from that room, of course, is you get coins. That's the reward. So yes, we're just checking right along. One more room to go! And then we go to the last room. Because that's only 5 rooms. What we want to do here is hit that block right there, and the cannonball will fire. And what we'll want to do is bop the cannonball, and it will go over to another block and hit that, and then it will shoot another cannon, and you know, just keep on going and going and going until we get the clue. So what? After a little bit of, you know, not doing it correctly, let's try and do it correctly now. That didn't work. Come on, I'm pretty sure I do it this time. Yes. Awesome. Now we have a mushroom, which I don't need a mushroom because mushrooms are incredibly stupid now. But the clue is at least 2 consonants are side by side. That's not bad. So what we'll do is we'll go into, well, we gotta battle this enemy first, but you won't see it. However, this next room here does have a clue, but we're not gonna see it now because we are at Geno Rage's level 13. So that is awesome for Geno. But for us, it is the end of part 21, so tune in next time for part 22, where we will basically progress through the ship. So until next time, everybody, take care and ciao for now. Bye.